this is the mixing jar itself, and some have 2 liters, some have 2.5 liters, so it depends. And this is the top stand, and you can see this is off-centered, so that when this bowl rotates, it can pick up all the things from the sides as well. But still, you need to scrape, especially sticky doughs. Those things you will need to scrape up, but that's one of the design things. And these are the 2 holes to hold additional hooks that's not in use. And you have to, normally this top stand that holds the main unit is fixed, so usually you have a button this side or on the top to release it. For example, in this there is no button, so you need to simply press this and it comes out like this, and then it locks itself for the safety. So once it comes out, this bowl you can take out very easily. So how this bowl rotates, you can see here. There is a gear mechanism. So through the shaft and internal pins, there is a white gear out here. So there is gear connection mechanism through which this internal gear rotates. That rotates the main cup or the tub out here. Overall, it's very light and handy kind of, so you have to be careful. But this doesn't have any rubber pads, you can see here. So for heavy doughs, this might move here and there, so you have to be here once things are working. Or you can put a rubber or silicone pad on the table and then use this and place it. Otherwise, it might move here and there, and everything might just turn out of the box, out of this bowl, and fall off, and some accident might happen. So you have to take care of those things. On the base stand, there is as such no electrical connection though. The electrical connection is only with the main unit, and that is this one. So whenever you are loading the pin or unloading the pin, ejecting the pin, you need to make sure the electricity is turned off, power is turned off. There's no power coming to the main unit, and only then you can kind of use it. And you have to hold it firmly and make sure it is very near to you, so that the adequate force can be done up. And if you are blending something in the bowl, for example, and if you don't want things to spill up, so first put the blender or the beater blades inside and then power on, so that it takes things along with it and then moves accordingly, and you don't end up splitting up everything on the walls and on the kitchen floor. That should be it. So here I'll show you how to fix the hooks. Usually these hooks have some grooves out here so that it can fix in the main unit. These hooks you can see, so you can check the user manual of your product model and see the exact instructions. But usually it would just you have to push it in this hole and then press it, and then clockwise, anti-clockwise, and you'll hear a clicking noise. Wrong side it won't go, and then once this goes inside, you have to just clockwise or anti-clockwise kind of adjust it like this, and you will hear a loud clicking noise, and then you can just go ahead and once this is locked, it is safe, then you can start using it. That should be a good way to use it. So once this is connected, you have to hold it properly like this, and this is the speed selector knob, so you have to select the speed at what you want to do different jobs for different things. So for just making basic egg whites, meringue or something, I think start with speed 1 or 2, and for cake batters or something you can go ahead to 3 and 4, and occasionally if you need high speed, then you can just use the pulse button, and 5 speed maybe in very less things like mixing creams, eggs with sugar or butter, mixing those things. So normally I don't use it. So once you start this machine, there is a lot of noise in the kitchen, in around maybe more than 50-60 decibels. So for example, if I start this, you can see here, and if I increase the speed, the noise also increases. So at 1 there is less noise. It is very handy, and you can use the bowl and make sure you can use it properly. That's the way it goes, and it's very easy and once this is done you have to switch off the button and you have to press this so that the hooks come out very easily. So that's pretty easy to operate. And these vents, you shouldn't block these vents because these heat comes out, and for the first use you might smell some smoke or a bit of it. I think just maybe for initial first 5 seconds a bit of burning smell, because that's new motor winding, so that there is oil that might be fuming up, but make sure it's not a hazard or nothing like burning or something like that, no fire or short circuit like that. Just a minor smell in your nose that a fresh starting of any machine or a gadget. But still consult your user manual or your support staff of your company, the brand for which you have bought it, in case that you find any issues out there. So once I set it up, you can see here, once I fire it up, you can see here the ball is rotating. See here, lower ball is rotating automatically as per the speed, and hooks are on off center, so you can pick up the items from beneath. And the gap between where the dough is, the dough hook or the beater hook is ending, and the floor of the cup or the mug is very less, like maybe 2 mm or something. So I believe a single leg can also be kind of worked it out. So possibly normally I have seen earlier stand mixers that I had, so less items you can't do it, but in this I can think. So it depends upon the model that you have, possibly you can work. So here I have put up regular whole wheat flour to make chapatis, flatbread, and I have put 2 cups of water to around 1 cup of water. Normally I start with 50% hydration. Most probably I'll put around 5% water at the end, seeing its consistency. Now once this is done, I'll start at a lower speed and see how it goes. You can see slowly it is starting to combine, and once the water and the flour gets combining, it will slowly start to come up at one place, and I'll have to keep scraping the corners so that the rest of the flour also gets together. So you can see here, after 1 minute the sides still have some dry flour. So what I'll do is I'll start scraping it and take out the excess flour that is there on the side, so that it can mix up well on the floor. Increase the speed a bit. It depends upon how much power your hand blender has, but this dough is very sticky and it gives a lot of load on the blade. You need to make sure you're not burning up the components. Now you can see here it starts coming together. Shut down the machine after like 2.5 minutes, I guess, approximately. You can see almost all the flour has come up, all the flour has kind of stuck up at one place, and the blades have a bit of flour it, and you can close it, and then you can see here that if I remove the dough a bit, at the bottom almost all of the flour have been picked up. Now obviously it needs a bit of hand just put a half spoon of oil and then just finalize it together and see the water consistency, and next time you can alter the water consistency as required. It's quite firm dough, good for flatbreads, chapatis. I just whipped egg creams, egg whites, and it came up very well as well.